What's up, Dash Squad? If you are new to my channel, welcome to the Dash Squad. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much for returning and showing love to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't hit that red button below, make sure you do so. So I know you probably have seen a makeup therapy video before. Who hasn't? If you haven't, this will be your first. So basically, you can either do a makeup therapy video with just sound, so just music playing in the background, or you can do like a story time. What's therapy without releasing something? So I'm going to give you guys a story time. So my first story will be, and by any means, I am not a makeup guru or anything. This is just how I apply my makeup. So don't come for me in the comments. This is my technique. If you have anything to offer positive, please feel free to leave it in a comment below. I do have acne scars. I am working on that. Please do not tell me anything that I already know. But anywho, let's get right into my story time. So I was dating this guy, and this was like a new kind of love. This was like one of my first relationships, entering the dating world. So I didn't know at the time that, my relationship wasn't a good relationship. Well, it started off good. I can't say that. So, I bet y'all like, dang, she always having problems with men. Yes, y'all, it started real early. So I was dating this guy, and I was young. So we went on dates and everything. Of course, my mom had to approve, his parent had to approve as well. And so one day things just changed drastically. He became the loving boyfriend, the kind, sweet, open the door, buy me things for his gifts and all of that good stuff. And then out of nowhere, it just became he started talking to me any kind of way. He started being really, really mean. And I don't know where it came from. So in that time, we were again, we're young. So I was visiting his parents' home. And of course, I'm his girlfriend, but he still had friends. So his friends witnessed the way that he was talking to me. Y'all. So his friend was like, why are you being so mean to her? What did she do to you to, for you to react the way that you're reacting? She seems like a sweet girl. Y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all. This same friend basically stood up for me. So fast forward, so me and this guy, we continued to date. I don't know why I was so naive, y'all, when I was younger. I'm not that way now that I'm older. I have my moments, but I'm a lot better than before. So we continued to date, and so I went to one school and he went to another school, but I had friends that went to the same school that he did. My one of my best friends actually introduced me to him. So I was in this program, this internship program over the summer. So I had met this girl in this program, and she was really sweet. We would take our lunches together, go to the mall, hang out, talk about our boyfriends, because at the time I knew her boyfriend through one of my relatives, and she knew my boyfriend because they went to school together. So me and my boyfriend, you guys, this was my first love. So we went to take pictures. So I brought the pictures in to my internship, showing this girl yeah, I love him. I plan to get married, have kids with this guy, all these kind of things. Long story short, we get back into school that fall. Why, y'all? She stole my boyfriend. So I get, at this time, I don't think I got a text because texting wasn't that popular, not to age myself, but somehow I found out that they started talking. So he tried to downplay it and say that they were not talking. It wasn't anything like that. So y'all know what I did? That same friend of his that was why you treating this girl like that and all that, me and him ended up getting into a relationship. Y'all, why my ex-boyfriend at the time showed up to my house to basically argue me down, invite me for dating his friend, and saying how I was this and that. YouTube purposes, I'm not going to say what I was called, but basically everything up under the sun of how how I'm so nasty for doing him like that, and all of this good stuff. So I'm like, how are you angry with me for dating your friend, which they were not friends. Let me clear the air. They were not friends. Technically, they had a mutual friend. So anywho, but I'm like, I don't care if it was your brother at this point. You want to do me dirty, I'm going to do you dirty too. So I ended up dating his friend. And that's how that story ended. So fast forward, I'm going to tell you guys about another story. So keep listening. So we always talk about I'm not going to say we always talk about, but we sometimes focus on men, but we never blast women for how they can be toxic, or you can have like those fake friends. I know I haven't done it on my channel, but today is going to be the day that I'm going to release some things since we're doing a makeup therapy video. Why not? So, listen to this. Oh, I had this one friend, and we had been friends for a long time. I'll say approximately more than 5 years. So every time I was around this friend, she would always say things like, "Oh, such and such said something about you." Like for example, they'll say, "Oh, well, they didn't like my outfit, or they didn't like something that I did." And so me being me, not thinking anything of it, I never would ask like what that person, like what did my friend say to that person. So I started like thinking to myself, like, God, like what, as a friend, how do you feel comfortable hearing something about your friend and not defending them? So time progressed, and so that happened. And then like with men, so like I was dating this guy. We were not like having intercourse or anything. I gotta keep it G-rated for YouTube. But we were not having like intercourse or anything. But we were like talking. So I was living in one state and he was living in another. So he was actually living in the state with my friend. At the time I was in college. So we would talk and everything. So we all went to this party. And so he was talking to some other person and I was talking to another guy at the time. So it wasn't anything too serious. Why, y'all? I'll say a year later, my friend ended up having intercourse with this guy. We still continued to be friends. I was stupid. So then there was another guy that used to like joke and play, and we used to make jokes and stuff, always would hang out. Tell you guys no lie, this guy calls me and says, guess who I went on a date with? Matter of fact, he didn't call me. Another friend called and said, guess who went on a date with such and such? And I'm like, who? And so they said, I said, that's strange because they told me that it wasn't anything like that. And they were just friends and they knew each other through a mutual person and all of that good stuff. So I'm here to tell y'all, when y'all see y'all friends doing shady stuff, or they be talking about y'all behind y'all back, but they try to make it seem like it's other people, it really be them. And they just be jealous and mad. So let me tell y'all another story. So before I get into my next story, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you hit that red button below. Tell me what you guys think of my story time. Do you like my story time? Do you agree with me? Because sometimes you're not going to always agree with me. And to play devil's advocate, I just want to say the only reason why I was upset about my friend is because I had shared with her things of how I felt about this guy. And yet she went back to basically, I don't know if they were dating or just messing around, but either way, I felt like it was disrespectful because this was one of my close friends who I shared conversations of me and the guy with her. But here's to the next story. Okay, you guys. So same story. Different story, same person. So like after some time had passed by, we decided to both go our separate ways, end our friendship. So I'll say a year, probably 2 years had passed by, and this person reached out to me. So, I go to church. I believe in forgiving people and trying to put things behind you. Sometimes, everything is a phase in certain people's lives. So I realized with this person that that was just their character. So this is how I found out. So before, when we were friends and we were younger, this same friend used to talk about their friend to me. But I thought because of our relationship and how close we were, that that person just felt comfortable with me knowing that, I was a person for them to vent to. I didn't realize that this person just was a negative person and they just talked about everyone. And this is how I found out. So after we had not talked in almost 2 years, this person came back up in my life and I was open and welcoming. But weird thing. So I didn't have social media. You guys know I just did a video on social media. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you check it out. But I didn't have social media at the time. And so my friend was like sharing some of her business because they followed each other. Not anything negative, but just saying, hey, this person hang out with such and such. Didn't know they knew each other. And this person just had an accomplishment. I'm not going to say what the accomplishment was. So I was like, oh, wow. And so my friend, who I thought was my friend, my toxic fake friend, basically told me about the accomplishment. But instead of them like congratulating the person like they did on social media, they made a post just for this person to congratulate them to the world. But to me, this person, my friend, supposedly told me that the accomplishment wasn't good enough. Like just saying negative things about it, like, oh, it's too small, it's not big enough, I would have never done that, and all these things. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how do you call yourself a friend? And why would you post this as if what are you congratulating? If you feel this way, you should have just said congratulations to the person and not posted it. But yet this person was there to celebrate with this other person. This person celebrated on their social media and then told me about it, but basically blasted the other person. So again, I'm here to tell you guys, be mindful and be careful of the people that you have around you. So now when I talk to people, I'm very cautious and I listen to what people say more than I did before, because I think it's so important to hear what people say and watch what people do, because people will tell you who they are based on their actions. I never really understood why people would always say that. Like people would always say words don't mean anything. It's always about action. Now I get it. People will show you. Like clearly this girl posted this girl and said all these great things about her, but in private to me, she's selling her out. And it's been other occasions. I want you guys to tell me in the comments of if you ever had a toxic friend. If you stuck it out all the way to here, thank you so much for watching. And please let me know if I need to do another story time. Until next time.